21 states, including Oklahoma, have either banned abortion or restrict the procedure earlier than the standards set by Roe v. Wade. And that's resulting in both women and men taking steps to avoid an unwanted pregnancy. Steve Shaw joins us now with more on that story. Steve.
Rich, when the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade in June of last year, efforts to prevent pregnancies began to include vasectomies on a level not seen in a long time, if ever. Aaron Bird works for the Oklahoma Historical Society. He and his wife Tasha have been married 21 years. Their daughter Piper will soon turn 16. Aaron got a vasectomy 9 years ago after he and Tasha lost not one, but 2 daughters during the childbirth process. They were pregnancies that also compromised Tasha's health.
The pain that caused, we decided we didn't want to go through it again.
A vasectomy is a medical sterilization procedure. It takes less than an hour for men. That makes it virtually impossible for a man to get a woman pregnant.
No, I haven't looked back at all. It was a painless procedure. It took probably all of about 30 minutes. An inpatient, or an outpatient process. It was simple, it was easy, it was pretty pain-free.
God blessed us with 2 beautiful children, 2 beautiful daughters.
Garrett King is an administrator at Southwestern Oklahoma State University, and he's the past chairman of OETA's board of directors. He says he got a vasectomy 6 years ago after he and his wife Clarissa's second daughter was born.
The medical experts I've been fortunate enough to work with have been very clear. It's much easier for dad to have this procedure than it is for mom to have a procedure, the commensurate procedure. And I think that, family planning is a two-way street, and that it's important that the dads acknowledge that. This procedure in no way impacts libido or virility or testosterone or anything like that. It was a quick day out of the office for me.
And now in Oklahoma, vasectomies are more available. Planned Parenthood Great Plains has been offering vasectomies here at their clinic in Tulsa since June, which was 1 year after the Supreme Court struck down Roe v. Wade. Planned Parenthood Great Plains Chief Development Officer Heather Palacios says they started offering vasectomies in their Oklahoma City clinic about 2 weeks ago.
We launched the program in Tulsa as the result of some wonderful and generous funding that we were able to obtain from our partners. And it was wildly successful. Appointments booked up within hours of being available. And we've continued to operate with waiting lists. Typically, these services, can range anywhere from $5,000 to $1,200 in just a regular appointment. Planned Parenthood is fortunately able to supplement some of that. We have stipends from grant dollars that have come to us, and we continue to see how we can make these services cost effective.
Tulsa resident Brianna Wisby says she just heard about it.
I think that's awesome. I think that it's a great opportunity for men to not only help out the women's side, but to, take some responsibility for themselves and protect themselves as long as women too. So I think that's really awesome that they're doing that.
I think it's a great idea. I don't see why not. I mean, it seems to be that if you really want to prevent unnecessary pregnancies, this is a pretty good way to do it.
This is important. I mean, we're now in a society where mom and dad both have careers, and the 2-parent working family is the norm. And if that's going to be the case, the things like vasectomies are going to become ever more important in making sure that families are properly cared for, and that parents are able to earn an adequate living.
I reached out to the state health department last week to see if they tracked vasectomies and how many are being performed in the Sooner State each year. A spokesperson told me they look into it, but they haven't gotten back.
I'll be up there in 10 to 15 minutes.
Dr. Shay Samara is with urology specialist of Central Oklahoma.
The recovery is just a few days, Most people recover at home over a weekend fairly easily.
Dr. Samara says since the Supreme Court struck down Roe v. Wade in June of 2022, the number of vasectomies he performs each month has increased around 20%. He says he does around 10 a month.
And there are failure rates with vasectomies. About 1 in 1,500 to 2,000 vasectomies may fail, and the man is able to conceive another child.
You know, there are myths, urban legends out there that once you've got this done, it's going to reduce your sex drive. True or false?
False. This procedure does nothing to alter in any way hormone production that is really what's responsible for libido and sex drive.
He says families and people in relationships should have open discussions about vasectomy.
Vasectomies are the simplest, most cost-effective way for permanent contraception on the male or female side.
Dr. Samara says practically every day someone comes into his office to ask about a vasectomy. Rich?
Steve, thank you very much.